Hi, you're watching 20 Questions with. I'm Harry Reardon. Thank you so much for watching. Before we do anything, make sure you jump down below, hit like, hit subscribe, and then carry on watching and enjoy. Thank you so much. So, Kira, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, so I'm Kira, and I go by the pseudonym Kira Works for my work of erotica writing. And yeah, I basically write custom erotica for a living. Uh, yeah, that would be it. Like people contact me with the fantasies they have, and I write the story down for them. And I have clients from all over the world. Okay.
Okay. So, I got two questions just straight off the
All
bat.
right.
Okay. All right.
All right.
The first one, do they know you're a dude?
Mostly yes, but yeah, sometimes they do expect that I'm a girl. Like I go by this name Kira on the internet usually. Like the first time I got access to the internet for a longer period of time, I went by the name Kira, and it is based on the on an anime character. Okay, whose T-shirt I am wearing right now. And the word Kira here is the Japanese pronunciation of the word killer.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, that's what the name of the character that it's based on. And like every other teenager, I had an anime profile pic and self-insert, I guess, and I went by it as uh, Kira on the internet. And yeah, so many of my online friends also know me as Kira, like for 4 to 5 years.
And people don't mind, like, no one questions the fact that you're writing anime. No, you're not writing anime. You're writing sex erotica, but your name's Killer.
No, they don't, because I guess they don't know what's the origin of that name. Or if they know it, then they say, okay, so you watch anime too. I'm not. I'm now going to give you an idea based on an anime.
I like it. First of all, can you give us a bit of a background about yourself and what your childhood was like?
um, I guess my childhood was pretty damn nice. Mm, I was basically a straight A student for from kindergarten to high school, and then in yeah, and then in college, I basically went for the engineering stream field, and yeah, I'm basically um, then I basically um, hit a mental illness problem. I wouldn't say it's a mental illness. Basically, it's an unresolved trauma that I'm working on, which is causing memory problems. And because of that, I have to I have to stick to you know writing erotica for a living before applying for jobs. Yeah, and my specialty in engineering is AI, machine learning, basically.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Um, obviously AI. Is that not terrifying to work with AI though? Like, not to get into that too much, but
Yeah. All right.
like, is that not the scariest thing?
To me, it's pretty fascinating because, like, you take all this data and then you can develop so many things out of it. Like the final project, like like a like a like a project that I love making in college was I made an app with which like you could talk to uh, which a speech impaired and hearing impaired person uh, seamlessly without knowing any sign language at all, and that person could talk back to you.
Wow. Why is that not like mass marketed?
Well, the thing is, I made that app alone. Okay, so like it basically translates only 20 phrases mostly. All right, and it's basically a very good demo, but like to make it more mass marketed and everything else, like basically make it a shippable product, I would need a team behind me to gather all the all the data, and like like a small demo is pretty much ready, but yeah, I need a team behind me to make it a shippable product and actually help people with it.
How many people on a team would you need?
Well, it will be a really big team, honestly, because first of all, uh, like I did it for like sign language is very variable. Like there is American Sign Language, and then there is sign language for different countries, and then there was sign language for my country. So I made it specifically for my country people. Uh, uh, for like 20 phrases I took for the people for my country based sign language, and then I basically trained the AI to basically understand that, and then one could communicate seamlessly um, with that um, with that app. Yeah.
It's fantastic. Okay, sorry. So we got to get back into it. So, was there anything during your childhood that was an indicator of your career in writing adult stories?
Oh yeah. I wouldn't say writing, like writing definitely was a thing for me since childhood. Like I loved writing stuff. Okay, and I was like like from in every single class or form as they would call it in UK, I guess. That's what I know. Okay, so so in every class, like I would be the basically the top student in written English at least. Okay, so I was always writing. I was not really good at acting, but I was really good at writing the stories of the plays and stuff like that. Like yeah, the Tale of Two Cities. Do you know that story?
It's a
No, I'm
classic.
sorry, I don't.
The Tale of Two Cities. It's a British author. As far as I remember. Okay.
I'll tell you what. Do you know what? I'm putting it down. It's going on my list.
No, it's cool. It's a classic author. It's from one of the classic authors. I don't know how I forgot his name. So, um,
I've got it.
Basically,
I've got that down. That's gonna be my next. After I finish Dune, that'll be my next listen.
oh, yeah. All right. I'm waiting for that movie too.
yes.
Oh yeah, before the film comes out, I've got the audio book, so I'm fully. That's got to be my next one because I want to I've heard how good the book is.
Yeah, that's what I have heard. Okay. So, like, Reddit is, overblowing that movie. So I'm like, okay, what's that movie about? Like, people really care about the source material. So I'm expecting something good, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. How did you become involved in the erotic fiction writing?
Yeah. Okay. So the thing is, like, mm, like I would say, like after 12th grade, all right, I became a bit more socially isolated, like, uh, and that always leads to people relying on the internet for friends and everything, right? So I got into these role playing groups, okay? And there's a subreddit called Dirty Pen Pals on Reddit, yeah? So basically, there you post whatever sexual fantasy you have, and then people message you back, okay, I will play it out with you. So yeah, I basically became addicted to that, I guess. So, and then you have that role playing thingy. You have several groups on that app called Kick, and then there's Discord also. There are many servers related to that. So I got really involved in that erotic role playing. Okay, basically ERP. That's what it's called. So many people. I came across several people. I have been into erotic role play for like 5 years now. Okay, I don't know if it's something I should put on my resume, but basically, what happened one day, uh, an year ago, exactly an year ago, I would say, like it was in August 2020, right? Like my college was basically ending. Basically, it was ending, and I was like, so there's a subreddit called slave labor. I don't know if it's uh, a good thing to call that subreddit slave labor, but basically, there's a subreddit called slave labor, and people work there for a lower rate than the market rate, basically, right? And people make posts there that, okay, do this for me for like a couple of dollars. Okay, so I was like, okay, and they have pretty fun tasks, right? And then one day I said, okay, I will write an erotica for you for $5, any length whatsoever. Okay, for $5, just for a joke. I literally typed that. Okay, and then it blew up. Like, I don't know if blowing up would be the good term, but on that subreddit, it got like 147 upvotes when I woke up, and people were messaging me. And the first person who messaged me for uh, an erotica writing was an English professor. Okay, and she wrote from Mexico, and she wrote uh, uh, eroticas herself. But the thing is that she wanted some other person to write her own fantasy because I guess because it's not that surprising or that good when you write it yourself. Like there is no surprise factor, right?
What was her fantasy?
Oh, her fantasy was getting um, into a Christian Grey-like relationship with her head of department. Like she wanted like 20 chapters for that, I guess. So I was really, I guess, freaked out, or not freaked out by the fantasy because it's a very, I guess I would say, pretty normal fantasy for sure.
What's
Yeah.
the most obscure or messed up one that you've been asked to do?
The most messed up one, I would say, it's uh, like the most messed up one would be a zombie war story. So, like, basically, a war is like you are getting sexual gratification from eating someone. Okay? Yeah, not the best thing, I guess. But this, like, when you are into this erotica writing and role playing thing, you are not surprised by stuff anymore. Like, I'm not, at least after. Actually, I am because people people tend to surprise me uh, for like that the zombie war story. The guy basically asked me to write a universe in which a famous actress called if I think people know about her, Alexandria Daddario. Like,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So he wanted a character based on her looks to be basically eaten and eaten and fucked um, by zombies in a zombie apocalypse. Like, yeah, and he wanted a universe with that. Like, more characters would come in the next stories and all that. I'm in contact with him, and he's a, I would say, he's a serial. Um, commissioner, I guess, if that word would be like he commissions a lot of people for erotica writing.
Sorry, I'd just like to put this out there for Alexandria Daddario when this goes viral that I didn't condone her being eaten in a book. In a way, you've kind of got to be glad or grateful that he wants this in a book rather than, going out, buying some girls some drinks, taking her home and trying to take a bite out of her.
Yeah, definitely. That would be a great thing for everyone.
Does that make you feel weird that someone's getting off to your words?
No, I guess it makes me proud, I guess. Not in a, not in a, like I'm getting a job done. Like people ask me for stuff and yeah, I'm getting the job done for them.
Like, I published my first book at the beginning of the year, and I just don't think I'd want anyone. But then that's a very different story, I suppose. Mine's, I don't know. Maybe they are. Who knows? They wouldn't tell you if they did. When you send these, are they in, like, do you get them done in book form or is it a PDF?
It's usually a Google Doc. Yeah, I basically send them the Google Doc, and usually, or not, I won't say usually, but sometimes the people who are more involved in the writing process, they basically share the document with me and see what I am doing on a regular basis. Like thousand after every 1,000 words, I give them an update. Like, yeah, is it going according to what you want? So yeah, they tell me how is it going, and then I move forward. Yeah, I would say one of the more weirder ones was definitely um, another war related one, in which uh, the guy wanted the dinosaurs from Jurassic Park to basically murder, or I wouldn't say it is murder, but basically he wanted a very gory and uh, way of eating pregnant women. Yeah, he wanted that. Yeah, I guess people are not really. And he was, yeah, and he was a U.S. soldier and he had come back from Afghanistan. Yeah, and he was a very supportive dude for me. But like I was going through a thing at that time, and he was very supportive. Like I had to hit a couple of delays because of that writing stuff, and but yeah.
Does it ever affect you having to write stuff like that, like emotionally?
Oh yeah, definitely. Like erotic writing, any story whatsoever is very stressful for me. I don't know why it happens. It shouldn't be that way, but like I'm not a big fan of writing this stuff, but like I have to like uh, find myself, I guess.
Absolutely.
Like for writing as a hobby, like you write what you want, right? But then writing about something some other person wants, that's not exactly what writing as a hobby is about. It's work basically.
The dinosaur baby in, would that be the most extreme or deviant thing you've been asked to write, or is there something on par, maybe?
I wouldn't like only the pregnant women were involved. Yeah, I wouldn't say like because he didn't want it to be sexual at all. Like nothing, no genitalia was involved. He just wanted hot girls getting eaten by dinosaurs. As simple as that. Like people are pretty weird. Uh, like I have multiple examples. Like there was a dude who messaged me multiple times about writing this. Like I have written 4 stories for him until now, and which involve his sister. His I would say like he has a younger brother, and like the sister is in the middle of the sibling age hierarchy, I guess. So he wants his sister to basically snuff him with her piss. Yeah,
Okay. For the record, if that guy does listen to this, I'd quite like to chat with him.
I guess I remember his username. I don't know. Maybe I do. Like that dude, like he's obsessed with that, I guess, because I checked up his like in Reddit, you can check the history of the other person, right? The profile, like the comments and everything, and the posts they made. You can check that out. So that guy would comment every single question on Ask Reddit with a thing called like drinking my sister's piss. Like, yeah, I get paid for a relatively short and funny story. So yeah.
Do you actually get off on the stuff that you write about, or do you do it solely for the money? Like, does it affect you in that way?
Oh yeah. Like if the kings align with me, with mine, if the kings align with my own, then yeah. Like I'm a straight dude. Okay. So whenever I get stories that involve fantasies that are more mm, straight, I guess, then yeah, I get off, and it is a problem because you get off and then you are not able to write it. If like you have to take multiple breaks, I guess.
Yeah, that'll happen. Um, so the not like the pee drinking from your sister kind of thing. You like a
Yeah,
bit more refined.
I won't say refined, but I don't know what. But compared to them, yeah, definitely. I don't have fantasies about dinosaurs murdering people.
Dinosaurs, not my thing. No judgments. Um, so how much do you earn from doing this?
Well, since that's that's one of the good parts, I guess, because like mm, uh, like I can't get into my stream of job, like the AI, the job in AI. I can't get it right now because of problem that I have to deal with. There's a there's a personal health problem. Okay, so I have to basically um, stick to this stuff for now. So I would say, like I live in a country where the conversion rate of the dollar to my um, my country's rate, it's pretty good. So like what I earn monthly, it's like for entry level people in my job, that would be more than enough. Uh, yeah. So yeah, it's how much did I earn? Like I have earned till now around 6K, 6,000 USD, and that's because I got to my current rate of got my current rate of 3 cents per word only 4 months ago. Yeah, before that I was just writing it for the jokes and for some extra money to like buy stuff. But it became a full time thing only like 5 to 6 months ago. So yeah, and I write only when I need the money. Yeah, so there's that also. For me alone, like it's enough, more than enough.
How do you find customers for this sort of business?
Yeah, the customers I usually find them on Reddit. Yeah, like I post. There's a subreddit called erotica sells. Okay, it's basically for custom erotica writers. Yeah, like I didn't know about it mm, when I got into this thing. Like one of the customers messaged me about a Star Wars related fantasy, and
Princess Leia?
yeah, and a lot of other stuff.
We're gonna get into that. Carry on. Sorry.
Yeah, he contacted me, but like I couldn't do it, like because my I had exams coming up at that point, like my final year exams. So I said no. But when I went into his profile, I got to see the subreddit erotica self. Like he posted there, like, okay, now anyone here would, write my fantasy. Yeah,
So, Princess Leia.
yeah. it was about that. Like it was the incentive I got to watch Star Wars. Like I wanted to watch Star Wars, but like for a couple of days I said okay I will write it. But then the exam dates like they got preponed, so I was like okay I can't. But I had watched the movies, so like oh yeah I get the appeal. Like I knew Princess Leia was a pretty you know fantasized person in that story. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Uh, how does the business side of things work? What are the ins and outs of custom erotica
Yeah.
writing? You say 3 cents
What?
a word?
Yeah. Right now, yeah. Like I am not. I am thinking of increasing the rates, but like I don't want to. Like right now, I have gathered a stable customer base because now there is repeat business basically because they now know who to come to. No, like I guess pun intended, but yeah. So so I don't want to betray them. Like they come to me and I would say like okay, um, 4 cents per word. Let's make it 5 cents per word. But yeah, I'm sticking to that for now.
Yeah. What would you say you've learned about sex and sexuality whilst doing this?
Oh, it's pretty damn varied, definitely. And I don't know if I can say stuff like that on YouTube. But
Yeah, do it. Do it. There's no holds barred on this show.
yeah, I don't know. It will come off as sexist, probably. Like, I wouldn't say sexist, but like, there's definitely, like, people would wonder, like, what pleasure, like, how do people find pleasure in, like, let's say, dinosaur eating women? Like, how is it pleasurable to them? Like, I guess it's because uh, people are very involved in the uh, pornographic fields of things, I guess, and then they get into more darker stuff. And thanks to, I guess, hentai, it has made people very specific in what they want. And yeah, so they want that particular fantasy to play out. And like I talked to a sociologist like 3 years ago. She has a master's in sociology, and I asked her about that, these sexual fantasies, like what's the reason for them and all that. And then she told me like there's foot fetish and all that, right? It's basically it would be considered what she told me. I guess she completed her master's in the 1990s. So yeah, so she told me like food fetish and everything. That's brain related stuff. Uh, like there's a malfunction of not malfunction. Like nerves are like some basically nerves or something are near the um, I guess the brain, the stuff in the brain that arouses people, the foot nerves are connected to that. So people confuse foot with all that. But yeah, like that's different stuff. And then the kinks and everything, they are basically based on one thing and one thing alone: breeding. Yeah, evolutionary purpose of breeding. Now people would think like, how is um, eating dinosaurs eating women related and pregnant women also related to breeding? Like it's the opposite stuff, really.
I'd argue that that goes against breeding, really, trying to get rid of pregnant women. But there's definitely something there that it connects in the brain.
Yeah, people basically find that hot, I guess. So yeah.
Have there been any jobs that you have not enjoyed doing or that have been an ordeal?
Definitely a lot of them. like like I would say most of them actually, because everything like writing has been pretty stressful for me. And it's but I like it's not that stressful that I can't write, but I was expecting it to be more fun, I guess, but it is not. Like the only thing fun about fantasies is when they are yours, not other people's. Yeah, however they align to your kinks. Like if they align to your kinks, then you are too involved in that, and then you get late with the delivery. But
Yeah.
if you are on the other end, then no,
Yeah.
yeah, you don't enjoy it, and yeah, okay.
You write about some dark subject matters like rape and cannibalism. What type of impact do you think writing that has that sort of stuff has an impact on you as a person?
Oh, it basically like I have been numbed down to it uh, over uh, over years of role playing, I guess, because I have done pretty screwed up stuff in role playing side of things. So I wasn't surprised by the kings people asked me. Like I knew about them. Yeah, I am pretty much like, but yeah, but some stuff still gets me. Like, yeah, like I'm not into gore or war, like eating people. Like, yeah, there is weird stuff. Yeah, as of now, like I can't talk about the future, and hopefully it does not happen, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah.
Are you ever worried that any of your clients might try and act out on their fantasies or be a risk to society? More
Mm,
specifically, the rape ones than the dinosaur ones, I would imagine.
I would say, I would say no. Like, to be honest, like I don't like. I basically, mm, I don't know what they would do. Like, I'm not bothered about. And like, I'm not. I won't say bothered, but like, I can't control that, I guess. So whatever they ask me to write, I write it. But after that, I'm not associated with whatever they do.
Of course. Do you ever have to do any research or look up what appeals to people about certain kinks?
I wouldn't say the kings. Like for kings, I don't need to do research because I know quite a bit about them because of role playing for a lot of time, and I have come across a lot of stuff. But for the like for the show they want. Um, like the first person I wrote an erotica for and got paid for it was a transgender person from UK. Okay, so like there's a show on it. Like she wanted basically she wanted to be dominated by a woman from a UK show, as far as I remember.
Who was
So
the woman?
uh, yeah, I don't remember her. Like it was an year ago, so like it doesn't come to mind. But it was a popular show in UK, I guess. And then yeah, so basically she wanted to be dominated by that person. So yeah, it was one of my first long works because before that I was doing it for fun, and then she told me people actually do that for a living. I was like, what? And then I said, okay, let's do it. uh, like, what can really happen? Like, what can go wrong? I guess.
What types of people pay you for this stuff? Would you say there's a typical type of customer?
Mm, I have got a lot of transgender people and gay people for this. Um, like a lot of my commissions, like the current one I am writing, uh, is like the current one I am writing is also it's a parody involving Chris Pratt and Justin Timberlake. Like if they were gay and they were in heaven, I guess people are weird. Okay, yeah. So yeah, so they want stuff like that. And a lot of gay people um, and transgender people have come like the ratio of them is a bit more than the others, and men, mostly men come to me, I guess, but there are a lot of women also. And and the women, have a fantasy, like you would I don't know, I don't want to sound sexist here, but the point is like you would expect more wholesome stuff from women, but no, they want the screwed up stuff. Yeah, the most screwed up stuff.
I'm just going to lay down a quick challenge for everyone listening as well. And this, I want to make this twofold. Okay. So if you want to support Kira, can you go to his link down in the description below? I want you to pay Kira to write a 1 or 2 minute story about me. And then what I want to do is read them out on my podcast, or 20 Questions With if they let me. I want to send it to authorizedpodcast@outlook.com. I pay Kira to write a story involving me. And I am, because then I want to see you get paid, and I want to see what you can come up with and see if we can get a bunch of short stories. Is that okay?
Yeah, definitely.
And just before we do, just going to throw this out there, and this is going to sound like a mission and a challenge. Don't get me eaten by a dinosaur. Let's see what we can come up with. Let's be as creative as possible. Thank you so much. Right, let's jump back in. What's been your most profitable commission to date?
Profitable commission, that dinosaur one.
The dinosaur one.
Yeah, it was a 12,000 word piece. Okay.
So
Yeah, 12,000 word piece, and the dude was like, "Don't worry about money, man. I'm rich." So like,
Amazing. That's what we need. What advice would you give to others who are looking to get in making a living from writing this kind of erotica?
I guess the first thing would be to have a stomach for it, I guess, and don't be weirded out by the stuff, because all the writers there. And one thing that I have noticed is that most of the writers on the subreddit I post my ads on are women. Okay, most of them are women, and they do every single one there. They write that I will write anything you want. Uh, like one of the posts there is like, if it does not involve children and animals, it's okay. That's the post title.
That should be the rules. Like, don't
yeah,
avoid kids. I just want to make sure that I got the email right. Yeah, authorized podcast at outlook.com. Sorry. Yeah, the rule should be you always avoid kids. You know, that's rule number one. And I would say everything should be consensual, but apparently I've got that well off. But
Yeah, people don't get off to consensual stuff apparently.
yeah, that's seek help.
Yeah,
Jesus. Okay.
they need Jesus.
definitely.
You do.
God has left us.
Finally, what are your plans for the years ahead? Do you plan to do this as do you plan to continue doing this as a career?
Not as a career, but like as long as my personal health problem gets solved, because this is funding the treatment for the problem. All right.
Yeah.
So the moment it gets solved, I would like to get into the field that I wanted to work in. Actually, that's AI. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if we get enough commissions on me getting eaten by dinosaurs, that's it. You know, bye AI. And before we leave, can you please tell the people where they can find you?
Yeah. They can find me on the like I am on Discord, and my email is derangeddude@protonmail.com. Okay, yeah, that would be it. Like, contact me there for commissions. Yeah, that would be it.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure if you haven't done it already, hit the like, hit subscribe, follow for more. And if you like this t-shirt, you can find it down in the link below as well. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. And I hope to see you guys in the next one. Before I go, I say this in every video, and I really honestly mean it. Before you're going to comment anything, just take a second, think about it. It'll go a long way. Thank you. Take care.